Hello everybody, this is definitely going to be one of those timey-wimey videos, and by the time you see this particular piece of footing, although it's the 8th of June 2021 right now, it will be in fact autumn and gone, possibly late autumn, early winter even. This is the Liquidambar that was so badly ravaged by Vine Weevil. I wasn't 100% certain it was going to survive, but as you can see, it took forever to begin to throw out new buds, and I've had a little bit of dieback here and there, but generally it has survived. It is rooted nicely in the pot. I can tell by trying to give it a wiggle that it's got no wiggle left, and it's going absolutely nowhere, and hopefully that's the last we'll ever see of Vine Weevil. It must have come in on the plant when I bought it. This is what I hope to see in terms of colour wise next autumn, and what I hope to be able to show you. So I'm really not going to do anything much to this tree. I'm going to remove this dead piece here, right back to this bud that's popped, and here it's died back to this bud, so I'll cut that off there. And this piece has died. I'm going to bring you in so you can see a little bit closer. It's like dark, I don't know. It has died back to there, so I'm going to remove this piece of wire and very carefully cut back to that bud without losing it. Keeping everything crossed. There we go. Actually going to move that a little more in that direction. And a little more down if I can. There we go. Because it had so little in the way of root, I'm not going to cut anything back. Now I'm just going to let it throw out shoots in all directions. That'll help power the new roots and give the tree a boost in its health. I can see another dead piece just inside there. So there we go. We'll come back and look at this tree on and off until autumn. It's the 3rd of July 2021, and my Liquidambar has been growing really well. Difficult to fathom looking at it now that it had barely any root thanks to the Vine Weevil, but it's growing well, apart from this one side branch here, which is where it has shot now. We have got a bud. I had wondered if that branch was going to die back, but we have a bud, but we have got a lot of quite long growth, taking it out of proportion. So I'm going to start cutting it back, hoping it'll shoot some more. And as it's growing really quite vigorously, I'm going to cut it back fairly hard. We've got a lot of very dead straight growths, which I don't really want. Steady, Coop. A small localised earthquake caused by the dog who was underfoot. What are we doing on? What are we doing on? What was it? Ain't bothering you? You know you're an odd dog, right? Don't bite your foot. I'll finish this tree and I'll have a quick look at your toes. Alright. Thank you, they ain't terrible. He didn't yelp, just jumped. So, anyway, let's move you in a little bit closer. And we will put that back on the bench. And we'll see how it shoots. It's the 24th of July and I'm going to take the wiring off in the hope that I can get it before it cuts in. That branch is not staying where it was put, so I'm going to reapply, but in a slightly different place, so that it doesn't cut in. That's better. Okay, so that wire's fine. So this is the Liquidambar, and it's been growing away quite nicely. I'm going to give it another trim. Not sure about this piece. I'm just going to cut it away for now and then shorten these top growths just to try and keep the tree kind of in this ballpark head canopy, call it what you will. I've got a lot of new growths coming on it which will need trimming also in the next couple of weeks, so just a question of trim it when I see it, I think. It's the 9th of August and the Liquidambar has been growing really well. I probably said that in every segment of this video, but when I consider how the roots were ravaged by the Vine Weevil, it's quite incredible how well it's recovered. Today what I want to do is trim back some of these long growths. We've now got probably 6 inches of growth on these extensions, and I'm just going to cut it back to an outward facing bud all over and just quickly and roughly chop it. Okay, that's probably enough for today. It's the 19th of September and the tree has bushed out quite nicely. I've been pinching it fairly regularly. It could probably do with another pinching really. Now we've got some very long straight shoots, but I think I'm just going to leave it. It's going to be going into its autumn colours fairly shortly, and that's part of the attraction of growing this tree for me, is to see the glorious autumn colours of the Liquidambar. So, having said that, what I'm seeing inside is some butter yellow, which is not what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping for some deep crimson reds, which is what they're known for. But definitely it'll need some cutting back in the winter, some nice structural pruning to bring it back into a nice kind of goblet shape, broom shape, traditional bonsai, traditional tree shape rather than a traditional bonsai shape. But that's some work that can be done after we've experienced the autumn colours, fall colours for our American friends. It's the 20th of October, and I'm not getting all these gorgeous reds and oranges and things that the label has promised me from this Liquidambar, but we are beginning to get some very nice butter yellows. So I'm still hopeful that although some of the leaves that turned yellow and dropped off, that there may still be time for this tree to give me some more scarlet hues. It's grown really well this season, as you can see. It's going to need some cutting back to get more ramification on it next spring, but for now all I want to do is to remove this piece of wire, which I've noticed is beginning to cut in. Not significantly, but enough to make me think that's got to come off. I think the tree will have set now anyway. Doesn't seem to be any movement there yet, although sometimes it takes a little while. But at the end of the day, this piece I'd already loosened, and now it can come off. The tree is now too tall for its width. I think it definitely needs to, to spread its things out some more. Spread its wings out some more. So come winter I will probably be looking at doing a bit of wiring and some trimming, but hopefully we'll get some more of that gorgeous autumn display first. It's the 16th of November, and well, I'm a little bit disappointed, is that the right word? Not so much disappointed, but yeah, well, probably is the right word. A little disappointed with the full colour of this tree, this beautiful Liquidambar that was going to give me this glorious reds and oranges and things that the label promised. Interestingly, they were talking about good trees for autumn colour on the radio, and one of the trees mentioned was the Liquidambar, but a thing that they recommended was that you buy a named cultivar, because a lot of the trees are grown from seed, and so you'll get a mixed bag of what you get, and unless you buy one with its autumn colour on, you don't know what you're going to get, and some are much better than others. Well, this isn't a named cultivar, and maybe that was why it only cost £15. So what I've got is this yellow with some almost leopard spots on it. A lot of the tree is still green, but I don't think there's any danger of it turning red. So it's still a nice tree in its own right, and I shall be having to do some work on this over winter to try and bring it down. It's going to need some pruning down in terms of its height. I just let it grow largely this year. I perhaps didn't pinch it out often enough, but it only went into this pot this year, and I wanted to give it a chance to fuel some good roots for next year. So yeah, it's going to need some wiring. Some of these branches are quite stiff, so I don't know whether how well it will take to wiring. If any of you have any experience in wiring these trees, I'd be grateful to hear from you. Drop me a comment. But yeah, definitely some of these branches need shortening and bringing down. Yeah, bringing down. Oops, I might have just broke that. So maybe they are a bit too brittle, but we will see. Either way, it's a nice tree, nice trunk, nice taper. So one thing, if I had bought a named cultivar, it would have been a grafted tree, and I might have had an ugly an ugly giraffe, which is always a problem, having an ugly giraffe, an ugly graft to deal with, which I don't with this tree. And maybe it's the weather, maybe another a more traditional summer perhaps will bring out the reds and oranges. So we've had the strangest summer weather-wise. Let me know what you think. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. It is truly appreciated. Do the like, subscribe, comment thing for the YouTube, and please look after yourselves. Stay safe, everybody.